Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, September 22nd, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I honor myself, body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. And today is the final day of Sun in Virgo. We will have the Sun moving out of Virgo and into the sign of Libra at 6:04 p.m. Pacific time. So happy equinox, happy day of balance. That being said, we're going to focus on Virgo today, and I'm going to do the scope for Libra tomorrow, being that today's going to have the full day of Sun in Virgo for a good portion of the world. And it's so important to grasp the energy of the sign before as a good foundation. So Libra, being in part about relationships, brings us into relationship with our bodies, right? Being in relationship with the wholeness or holiness of ourselves, body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. And that is definitely the work of today. Now, that may be a little challenging as we are going to have the Sun and Mercury creeping together. So we have Mercury retrograding out of Libra, moving back into Virgo, and Sun in Virgo moving into Libra, and they're gonna cross each other right after the Sun moves into Libra. But that being said, there they are together, and that is just going to enhance the already strongly mental energy of Virgo. So be aware that your mind is going to be very activated, and yet it's important to still check in with your other parts, your body, your spirit, your soul, and your heart. The moon moving through Leo, having a bit of a wide yod pointing right at the moon in Leo, is saying, hey, in all this thinking that you're doing, make sure that you are staying connected with your heart. So that's a very important energy of the day. The wide yod has Pluto and Neptune feeding in, so there could be some old karmic stuff coming up. And yet Moon in Leo is like, can you hold space for love? Can you hold space for your inner child's processes, which aren't always perfect, which aren't always deemed appropriate or necessary or whatever by the mind, right? Can you hold space for those parts of yourself? Can you be in relationship with those pieces of yourself? So that's part of the work today that we are doing. The moon's also going to be squaring Uranus early in the morning. So remember how I mentioned yesterday that whatever decisions you did make that you may feel a little triggered, watch for those coming up the first part of the day. And again, how can you hold space for love where you are at right now? That is not always easy, right? Speaking of that, Moon and Saturn are also opposing today. So today, the Moon is meeting Uranus, Saturn, Pluto, your inner child, your heart energy. It's all going to be triggered, and your mind is going to be ready to run with that information and all of that. So be aware of that. You don't have to get sucked into that mental spiral, right? So Moon opposite Saturn may feel like the shoulds at the start of the day, and that can go very well with the Virgo rules and service and all of that. But how do you show up for you in this? How do you make space for yourself and your needs in this world? That is the question, right? So there is definitely some work. We then have the moon go void, of course. Is it? Yeah, the moon's going void. Sun's preparing to shift. And then the Sun and Mercury are crossing paths. So it's not going to be till 11:50 p.m. So after the Sun actually does move into Libra. Woof. We're also moving closer to dark of the moon because we have our new moon coming in on Sunday. So definitely some deeper energies that we may be processing, but watch where and what your mind does do with them, because that mental energy is going to be super activated. Let's look at these cards. top of the cards is transformation. And I think that this is the work that happens as we offer ourselves presence, no matter what. I always remember a meditation, I can't remember who it was, but it's just being in the moment, in a stressful moment, and just breathing and being like, just this. And you may have to just this a few times during the day, right? But that may be part of the transformation and ultimately the rebirth energy that's coming forth for you in this as you can breathe through and provide presence for yourself. I also love being that it is equinox energy. We have the abundance card, and this card is always a card about balance. Balance in the spiritual realm, balance in the physical realm. So making sure you're connecting in your spiritual realm as well as showing up for the physical. I also have the trust card, which is very Piscean, right? Can you be in trust of the unfolding? Can you even be in trust of what your personal presence process is in and through all of this? So, I'm going to leave that here for today. I will be back tomorrow with your Libroscope, hopefully early as it shifts. But just realize between moon going void, sun shifting, sun and Mercury, which can just exemplify the Mercury shenanigans, might be kind of an interesting energy to move through. Take time to ground yourself, and again, bring yourself presence. That is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.